It's a very good afternoon and welcome to the ICU TV's Lunchtime News Bulletin. Stories making headlines. Alternative mining Indaba continues in Cape Town, South Africa. ECL's son forfeits 24 million kwacha worth of assets to the state. And ZRDC champions mental health and calls for national action. In our international news, we have Eritrea hits back at its neighbor Ethiopia, describing troops' accusations as force. In sports news, we have Nkana maintains a title push with hard fought to win over Napsa Stars. Details coming up shortly. It's a pleasure to be in your company this afternoon, and with the details, I am Misha Kinjaka Edgars. The alternative mining Indaba continues in Cape Town, South Africa, with calls for greater accountability and stronger community participation in the mining sector. Now, our reporter Miriam Deborah Gamani is on standby right now in Cape Town to just give us a brief of what is happening on the two alternative Indabas. And how are these Indabas connected? Miriam, tell us.
South Africa is set for a busy few days as investors, captains of industry and business leaders from across the globe converge on Cape Town for the 2026 Investing in African Mining Indaba, a flagship event aimed at bringing government and the private sector together to forge partnerships in Africa's mining sector. Zambian President Hakainde Hichilema is among the leaders scheduled to speak at this year's Indaba, and he arrived in the country earlier today. But alongside Africa's largest mining investment conference, another important conversation is unfolding. Various stakeholders, including faith-based organizations, civil society groups, and community representatives, are convening at the 17th Alternative Mining Indaba. This platform focuses on the lived realities of mining, highlighting challenges, bottlenecks, and social impact faced by communities within the sector. Together, the two Indabas intersect at a critical point where high-level investment discussions meet grassroots concerns and where partnerships are examined and not only for profitability but sustainability and inclusivity. ICU TV will be bridging that gap, bringing you timely updates from both platforms as Africa's mining future is debated, shaped and challenged here in Cape Town. For ICU TV, I'm Miriam Deborah Gamani, reporting from Cape Town, South Africa.
Thank you so much. And that was our reporter Miriam Deborah Gamani right there in South Africa, Cape Town, just giving us an update on what is obtaining on the alternative Indaba, with an understanding that she was on the other one last night. And let's continue with the news. Former President Edgar Lungu's son, Daliso Lungu, has forfeited properties worth more than 24 million kwacha to the state. This comes after the Lusaka High Court's Economic and Financial Crimes Court ruled that the assets were proceeds of crime. The forfeited assets include over 69 motor vehicles and 23 parcels of land located in various parts of the country. Now, in its judgment, the court reviewed that the investigations into Mr. Lungu's financial affairs established that he failed to comply with the Zambia Revenue Authority's ZRA tax return requirements, including the submission of the new returns. The court noted that the indicated absence of identifiable income from the employment of business activities that could lawfully justify the acquisition of the properties. The court further held that the funds used to purchase the assets were reasonably suspected to have been obtained through unlawful activities, including money laundering and tax evasion. It concluded that the failure to establish legitimate sources of income capable of financing the acquisitions rendered the properties tainted and therefore classified them as proceeds of crime. Consequently, the court ordered that the assets be forfeited to the state and disposed of to applied in accordance with the law.
South Africa is set for a busy few days as investors, captains of industry and business leaders from across the globe converge on Cape Town for the 2026 Investing in African Mining Indaba, a flagship event aimed at bringing government and the private sector together to forge partnerships in Africa's mining sector. Zambian President Hakainde Hichilema is among the leaders scheduled to speak at this year's Indaba, and he arrived in the country earlier today. But alongside Africa's largest mining investment conference, another important conversation is unfolding. Various stakeholders, including faith-based organizations, civil society groups, and community representatives, are convening at the 17th Alternative Mining Indaba. This platform focuses on the lived realities of mining, highlighting challenges, bottlenecks, and social impact faced by communities within the sector. Together, the two Indabas intersect at a critical point where high-level investment discussions meet grassroots concerns and where partnerships are examined, and not only for profitability, but sustainability and inclusivity. ICU TV will be bridging that gap, bringing you timely updates from both platforms as Africa's mining future is debated, shaped, and challenged here in Cape Town. For ICU TV, I'm Miriam Deborah Gamani.
Welcome to the Zambia Research and Development Center, an institution dedicated to national development through capacity building and community development. Established in 2007 by a group of professionals and lecturers, ZRDC has since become a hub of research and innovation in the country. Registered with the Ministry of Home Affairs under the Registrar of Societies, ZRDC pursues cutting-edge research to address pressing social and economic challenges. Get involved. ZRDC engages in activities that stimulate international collaboration, promote knowledge sharing, and make research expertise available to decision makers. Our mission at ZRDC is to foster innovation and capacity building for national development. We believe in addressing poverty and underdevelopment through institutional and capacity building, human empowerment, and gender participation. In our quest to foster innovation and capacity building for national development, ZRDC launched the ZRDC University Sponsorship for Capacity Building and Development Program to facilitate knowledge advancement among ZRDC researchers and those intending to join the research community. Qualified Zambian citizens can pursue education at credible universities in Zambia with guaranteed prospects of joining the ZRDC research community. ZRDC engages in industrial and technological research, covering research development and innovative investigations to drive dynamic industrial development at national and regional levels. Join us at the Zambia Research and Development Center as we continue to innovate, empower, and shape a brighter future for Zambia. ZRDC, fostering innovation and capacity building for national development.